Warning. The following content is intended for immature audiences only. The opinions of these two fine gentlemen should not be taken seriously at all.
The JTS 51 Podcast. Introducing your hosts, JT and Sai.
Hello and welcome to the JTS 51 Podcast, episode 15. If you don't know who we are by now, go back and listen to the last 14 fucking episodes. I'm JT and my co-host Sai. How you doing, mate? You alright?
Oh, we're treating them rough this week. It's brilliant. For anyone still hanging in there. Oh, it's going to be a rough one.
Just bear with us, guys. Bear with us. How's it going, mate? All good?
Yeah, not so bad, not so bad. Actually, I'm a little bit later tonight. Not that it matters to anybody listening because they could listen to this whenever. But yeah, me, I was telling you, my missus and I went for a little cheeky drink just after work. I was driving, so
nice.
I didn't have a cheeky drink. But we did the usual. You know, went to the bar. What can I get you? I'll have a Coke. The usual. We only do Pepsi. To me, I don't care.
I know. I get that a lot. But you know what? I'm always around people that sometimes get a bit awkward in that situation as well.
Yeah.
They'll be like, yeah, can I have a Coke? Oh, is Pepsi okay?
Yeah.
Well, not really. I wanted a Coke.
Yeah, I know. Like, you're going to kick
mate,
off.
Chill out. Yeah. Just either pick something else and or accept the Pepsi. You know what I mean? It's next best thing anyway. Just bloody accept it. Oh, I don't know, man.
I know they say it in such a you know, I'm really sorry. You know, we've only got Pepsi. You're not selling it. You should be like, we have only got Pepsi.
We only serve the best here. Coke.
But the strange thing was, I got into this weird conversation with this woman because she was like saying, "Oh yeah, you know, I don't drink fizzy drinks anymore."
Oh,
okay, well, I don't usually, but I'm driving, so I'm trying to be sensible. And then I said, and then somehow we got into the conversation of like weird combinations of stuff. I don't know how we got there. This was after a long day at work. I think my brain was a bit fried. But anyway, I said to her, do you remember as a kid doing the thing where you got the vanilla ice cream and then you put the cream soda on top, and then it sort of made the ice cream all crispy and stuff like that? And we were talking about that. But anyway, aside from that, this guy came out of, I'm not sure if he's sort of like a server or he works in the bar or whatever, but I've seen him before in there. But he sort of heard the conversation and chips in and goes, yeah, I've got some weird sandwich combinations. Somehow I started a random conversation in the pub and I'm not even drunk. So I said, okay, so what have you got? So how's about this? So the first one he said, these are all sandwiches. So he just puts them between two bits of bread. So the first one was sausage rolls and cheese, which...
All right, so... Actual sausage rolls between two breads.
Yeah, so not
and cheese.
Yeah. Don't forget the cheese.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that.
So you got
not too bad.
your pastry sausage rolls and cheese, but nothing on the bread. Just two, like not butternut, just two slices of bread.
Oh, that's a bit weird.
So you're adding nothing to it. You're just adding bread.
Just adding the bread. Yeah. Oh my god.
So fair enough. And I was like, okay, fine. He goes, oh, okay. And then the other one he said was pork pies. So he gets a pork pie, sort of smashes it back down and puts that between two slices of bread.
Okay, just as a fan of pork pies, I can see how that might work. Maybe if you slice it up into thin slices and layer it on. But you're saying he just smashes it?
Yeah, so he crushes it down. Well, this is what he was telling me. So he sort of crushes it down. So, because obviously pork pies, they're quite hard, aren't they?
Yeah.
Usually, and you eat them cold. And so he smashes it down so it goes between the two bits of bread and then eats them. Okay, fair enough.
All right. That's weird again, mate.
Yep.
This is more dry than like the Sahara. Do you know what I mean? He's going to need like 5 litres of water to wash this down with. Bloody hell.
This is where he needs a Coke, not a bloody Pepsi.
Exactly.
Right. And then he goes, and I also do the same with chili con carne, but he doesn't use two bits. What he does is he sort of folds the bread in half like a U shape and puts the sort of chili in the middle and eats it like a taco type thing. And I'm like,
that's fine. I think that's perfectly normal.
That's fine, but you got like a time limit before the bread gets soggy, I suppose.
That's right.
And
that's right. If it's fresh,
and a taco would be better, right?
Yeah, 100%. But like, you know, we're in the UK, we don't eat tacos that often, do we? So, got to make do with bread.
All that fancy food. Oh dear. But the one that really got me, and it truly stumped me, because the rest I could kind of get my head around and go, you're just making a sandwich filling, really. Yeah, it's a weird sandwich filling, but that's what he's doing. But the one that really got me, he goes, and the other one I do is I eat pizza, like it as well. It's like, what do you mean?
Right.
He goes, well, so cook up a pizza, and then he cuts. So he must have a bit of leftover pizza. So so he either gets. He was telling me the small pizzas, and just puts a bit of bread on the top and the bottom.
Oh my god!
He gets a bigger pizza and puts it between, and then cuts the square of the bread out so it goes in like.
Oh my god, that makes no, mate. Okay, that's weird. Right,
all right.
I can somehow justify it. Right, so you got right. I love Pizza Hut. Right, so I'll go Pizza Hut and I'll get like a meat feast or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, with some chilies and stuff on there. Right, if you look at the toppings on that, there's tomato sauce, there's cheese. Right, perfect sandwich fillers, you would say. Then you got your little meats, so you got your pepperoni, your ham, blah, blah, and that's again okay. That's absolutely fine as sandwich fillers. But a whole slice of pizza between two breads, or the mini pizzas. Oh no, mate, that's this guy is weird. That is weird.
I mean, my follow-up question should have been, is it like margarita or pepperoni or something like that? But he stopped me at that. Yeah, I get a pizza, which is basically dough anyway, and I just add more dough to it.
Oh my word.
And I don't even know how I got into this conversation. All I asked for was a Coke, and they couldn't offer me that.
This definitely sounds like a conversation you'd have drunk, and when you're having it sober, it's more mind blowing. You know what I mean? Have you ever had? What's the weirdest thing you've ever had in a sandwich? Then, and put you on the spot a bit, but
me? Oh, I don't know. I'm not a big sandwich guy. I don't think. Ooh, I like peanut butter and honey. That's a crack. I don't know if that's a weird combo.
I don't think that's weird.
But I like that combo.
I don't think that's weird because peanut butter jelly, like in America, it's like the peanut butter with something sweet. So I don't think that's that bad. I used to do things as a kid. You know, like when you used to get a ham and cheese sandwich and you used to put crisp in there.
No, I think everybody does that. I don't know if that's weird.
Yeah, that's not weird. The weirdest one I've ever tried is lasagna. So one time, I don't know why, I thought it would be really cool if I warmed up leftover lasagna in the microwave, and then for some reason my dad had made me toast.
Yeah.
So we toast with butter on it, right? So I thought, okay, this will be interesting. Got the microwave, opened up the microwave, got my lasagna out, picked up the two toasts as well. Went back to my room. This was when I was way, way younger. And I thought, this is interesting. Why don't I put the lasagna in the toast and just, munch it as a sandwich? And honestly, it was banging. It was so good. Oh, but that's probably the weirdest thing. Weirdest sandwich kind of feeling I've had.
My nan used to do when I was a kid the sugar sandwiches. Did you ever have those?
I think I have, once or twice when I was a kid, yeah.
So it has to be white bread because and then you cover the whole thing with a layer of butter. Now this is my nan, so the butter was like an inch thick. And then you have to put loads of sugar in it. And as a kid, you'd eat it, and then you just would not stop. You'd have so much energy. You'd be running around for 12 hours. It's
bouncing off the
mad,
walls, mate.
mad. I tell you what, the other thing I used to do as a kid, it was you would toast bread. Right. And then you cut the bread in half, that's like down the middle, and then you turn it on its side, and then you slice the bread on the inside as well. So you got the two toasted sides, so they separate apart a little bit, and then you put like cheese in the middle of that and ham and stuff, and you're almost like in like a weird bread. Yeah.
I've never seen. Well, your slices must be proper thick.
No, just like normal bread, like normal thick cut bread. Yeah.
You
couldn't get much. This was a kid thing. I obviously as an adult growing out of it. I don't do that. Like, just rush.
What are you doing?
Midnight munchies. There's me down there cutting bits of bread in half, and then down the middle it's stuck in cheese.
Trying to slice the thinnest piece of bread in half. Oh my god! Discarding all the mistakes, like that bread everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Oh, terrible, mate. Oh, I'll tell you what. Speaking of cooking, right? I was my missus was a little bit late from work today, and obviously I'm working from home. So she messaged me. She said, "Oh, do you mind putting dinner on?" I'm like, "Okay, cool. What do you fancy?" She said, "Oh, anything basic, like pasta will do." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I'm decent at cooking, not too bad. Like I could do a really good barbecue. I learned off my dad, so barbecues are
Where's
my
the
forte.
Invite? That's what I'm saying. Where's the invite?
Oh, it's just been shit weather, mate. Once the weather sorts itself out, 100%. But yeah, so I thought, okay, cool. Let me just do a pasta. She goes, I don't know why she felt the need, but she actually gave me instructions in the WhatsApp chat. She goes, yep, number 1, boil pasta. Number 2, get the sauce. Number 3, put the sauce in the saucepan. Number 4, warm it up, add in whatever you like. Number 5, drain the. I was like, oh my god.
So
this is
even
like
with your proven cooking skill, she still doesn't trust you in the kitchen.
That's right. I think she makes most of the pastas that we eat, but yeah, she just wanted to make sure. I was like, okay, cool.
Yep.
I said, what is this, ham and churrasco? I got this. So I started put the pasta on boil. Started making the sauce. Now I don't know what happened here, Si, but this fucked me up. So basically, I pasta's on boil. Warmed up the kind of like the frying pan for the sauce. Put a tiny bit of oil under my wife's instructions. I put a tiny bit of oil in there, right? Let it heat up. Then I think this is what done me over. I went to go get the pasta and drain it, right?
Yep.
So put it in the strainer, let it drain. Come back to the sauce, and I start tipping the sauce from the jar into the saucepan. And I don't know what happened. Maybe the pan was too hot. It just started splattering everywhere as soon as it hit the saucepan.
Yeah.
So at this point, I panicked and I thought, oh crap! And I started moving the saucepan away from the heat. And as I moved it, woof! Massive fireball from the saucepan. I thought, what the hell was going on here? I nearly, literally burnt off my eyebrows. They're so big. And I was just like, oh my god! I was panicking. Luckily, the fire died down within like 3 seconds. But I was just like, all I had was a saucepan, some oil, and some sauce. Like, how have I created fire? This is crazy. I genuinely couldn't figure it out. The only thing I could deduct is the oil was in the pan. It was way too hot, and maybe there was water in the sauce, like a water base, and maybe they kind of mixed and
Right.
Right. Fucking hell, bro. I was just like, damn, like that is crazy. Like, I'm just warming up 2 things. How does that equal fire? That's mental. But yeah. Anyway, the pasta turned out amazing.
Nearly burnt down the kitchen.
Yeah, nearly burnt down the kitchen, but the pasta was amazing.
You
It
were
was
nearly
worth it. And
divorced because your missus left you very clear
mate.
instructions.
Absolutely. I think it was because her instructions happened in the first place. But yeah, we ate, and then oh my god, you should see the mess. Oh my god, there was sauce everywhere on the stove, on the worktop, on the floor. I got some on my socks. Oh, terrible. Just shocking, mate. A basic pasta. Nearly burnt down the house. Amazing. There we go.
Actually, do you know what? Hold off on that barbecue. I'll give you a...
No. You're coming now, mate. You're coming now.
Oh, no.
You might want to bring your own protective gear. I don't supply that, but
Oh, my goodness.
I'm dealing with actual fire at that point. So.
I'll bring my own fire hydrant. Is that the thing? Instead of bring a beer.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah?
Bring it.
I love it like that when you left very specific instructions and it still goes completely wrong.
It can happen. It can absolutely happen. I blame the instructions, but yeah, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
I remember my friend telling me a story very similar, but it was about his sister. And his mum had gone out, and he was in the back room or something or other, and his sister was left to like cook something or other, and she did the same thing. She put oil on it and it sort of went up, but there was but she put it out. But she was also sort of panicking a bit, and the fire alarm was coming off. And he just recounted this story to me of him running into the kitchen, but all there was this black smoke marks, like all up a wall, across the ceiling, down the other side and stuff.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. And they spent the afternoon obviously trying to clear it up a bit, but there's nothing you could do once something's like smoke damage. So the parents walked in and went absolutely, first of all, mental, and then they went, "Oh, are you all right?"
Yeah.
As parents do.
The first thing is they ask, like, you know, they don't care about you. They ask about the kitchen. Like, how the hell did this happen? Yeah, do you know what I mean? And then after 10 minutes of ranting, are you okay though? Yeah, are you fine?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, that's shocking, mate. That's absolutely shocking.
But these kitchen hazards, I tell you. It's unreal, isn't it? It's unreal.
That's absolutely dangerous. The simplest of things, mate, honestly. I remember, this is just going to sound weird, but do you remember have you ever accidentally put foil in the microwave?
No.
Aluminium foil.
Not foil, but I have accidentally put like, you know, you get some cups with this like silver or gold rim on them.
Yes, yeah.
Like I don't have any, but my mum has got some, and I put those in the microwave before, and then you just hear this popping, and then you're looking like, oh, gee, quick, take it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I remember the first time I done it. I was a kid. I think I was only like 7, 8 at the time, I think, and I was hungry, so I ran down to the fridge, saw we got leftover pizza. What amazing! Put that in put it on a plate, put it in the microwave. No, I didn't put it in the plate. Sorry, no, it was a small box. So I ended up putting the small box in the microwave for some reason, and there must have been a dip that's got the aluminium little wrapper on it, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, anyway. Left it in there. mate, I'm standing there. I'm thinking, this isn't normal. I don't know what's going on with the microwave. It looked like there was like you know, like thunder when thunder hits things.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Luckily, my mum was literally like just coming into the kitchen as I pressed the start button, and I said, "Mum, there's something wrong with the microwave." And she had a look. She goes, "Oh my god!" And she turned it off, pushed me to the side, turned it off from the mains because she got scared. And then she goes, "Oh, well, what have you done?" I was like, "I'm just warming up pizza." She goes, "Yeah, but not in the box, you idiot! Like, you need to take it out, put it in a plate, innit? Because the box was like, you know, cardboardy anyway." So I didn't know at that time. I was a fucking idiot back then. But yeah, it's just I don't know why. I just thought, yeah, if I like an idiot, I probably would have stood there for like a minute watching the microwave explode.
Lights.
Yeah. I was like, "Ooh, electricity."
Do you think this is
It's a
how
new mode?
Do you think this is how humans discovered fire? Like the caveman, his missus left him some instructions, and she was just like, you know, just I don't know, warm up the fish in the sun or something, and 10 minutes later the cave's on fire.
Genuine question, mate.
Like,
honestly, genuine question. I don't know how a caveman would have rubbed like two twigs together and created a fire. It is just unfathomable to think. Why would you do that?
Trying to make some jerky, and he's set the place on fire.
I reckon he was just playing with sticks. Just got too excited one day.
Yeah,
it was like just rubbing too
What does
hard.
this do? What's this? I comes back, you know, because obviously no razors and stuff back then. Big beard, big hair. Come back,
That's
completely
right.
bald,
clean shaven, absolutely everything.
Yeah,
you're not the man I married. What's going on here? Oh my god!
I do remember actually. My mum had this oven. Remember I don't know. So we've got electric oven now, but my mum had this gas oven, and you had to. So you put the gas on, and then you're pressing the button, and you hear the sort of tick 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 sound, right?
The igniter. Yeah.
But it got the older it got, the worse it got. So she would put it on, and you'd hear the gas coming out, and you'd hear tick 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 tick, and then you just see this.
Yeah.
It terrified me. It was only
100%.
like a small little bit of flame coming out, but that can't be safe,
mate.
That just can't be
We've got
safe.
an old boiler. We've got an old boiler in my house. It's like. It must be like 40, 50 years old, I swear to God. And it does the same thing. It does exactly the same thing. It just like, as soon as it turns on, it just goes, and you think, oh my God, like that sounded bad. But it's still running. I don't know what's powering it. How's it going? Like, it's just unbelievable. It still does a job. But yeah, I know exactly the sound you're talking about, mate. It's fucking terrifying.
Just
honestly.
Stuff back in the day was designed to last.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, we got to talk football.
We have to. There we go. Oh my God, Euro fever.
Apparently, mate, right? After the Gareth Southgate outburst last week, on paper, he's now the greatest England manager ever in the modern game.
This is fake news. I'm doing the Trump.
I'm sorry,
There's
mate.
no way. There's just literally no way. Someone's taking the piss here. Okay, look. I keep referring back to this point. I like Southgate, right? He's a nice guy, but as a manager,
he's now the greatest England manager. That's what you're about to say, right?
I don't know where this has come from. Like how? Look, it's weird because I had a talk with a colleague, right? We were talking football, and he heard me slagging off Southgate, but it wasn't like a just slagging off him for no reason. It was basically constructive criticism, saying Southgate should trust his players a little bit more. He should move things around a little bit more. Stop being so defensive when you've got like some of the best attackers in the world. And they kind of like just locked down by this defensive first. But then fair play to him. Last two games, he's just told the players to play, and you can see he's changed the system and it's much better. But yesterday was a step in the right direction. Normally teams start off well and then they fade as the tournament goes on. Some teams like England have started off really shit and then got quite considerably worse. But then the last two games have been very good, and he's kind of changed the formation. He's let the players play, and look, fair play, man. He's doing what he should be doing. And I don't know what to say. Like, the greatest manager, like, he's not won anything. So how could he be the greatest manager? Like, this is ridiculous.
But just on the fact that he's got us so far in the competition consistently so many years in a row, he might not have won it, but he's got the closest by a country mile in the modern game.
That's the thing.
That's
Apart from
the thing. in the modern game. And you got to admit, like,
that's true.
I don't like this thing where people go, oh yeah, but the players back then and blah blah blah. Like every 10 years. I think there's such a big jump. Like, you can see it. The ball changes, the speed of the play,
everything
just
changes,
everything.
mate. Yeah.
So even those players that retired 10 years ago, They might still be good in today's game, but if you pick those players and you plucked them into today's game just as they were, they wouldn't be able to keep up. They were good in that game.
This is the thing. If anyone's listening to this, if they ever get a chance to watch an old game, try and watch one from the 80s, one from the 90s, one from 2000s, 2010s. You'll see that progressively the game has changed, and that could be, like you just said, the same factors. It could be the pitch, for example. Most pitches nowadays are amazing. It's like car pitch, you know what I mean? Back in the day, like in the 80s, 70s and 80s, fucking, you were playing on like park pitches, like do you know what I mean? It's terrible. The ball could be rolling to you next minute because it hits a bobble, it's gone to the other player. It's like, it's that bad. But yeah, like I think right now the game is built on more athleticism than before, and it is weird. It is a bit sad because every kind of player seems like a really good athlete, whereas before you had the eccentric people that were phenomenally good, but they weren't the most athletic. You know what I mean? You could have like the fattest guy in your team could be a centre back. You know what I mean? Just because he's there, or he could be a goalie. Yeah, it's all different now, mate. But talking about Southgate, like that's phenomenal. It is really good. Like on paper, this is what my colleague said. On paper, he's actually done really well.
Yep.
And I said I agree. Right, if you look at it, he got us to a semi-final in the World Cup. He got us to a final in the last Euros, and he's got us to the final in this Euros. Right, so that's all in the space of like 6 years. I think about 6 years. And I think the previous World Cup before that, he done pretty well as well. It wasn't too bad. I think got knocked out in the quarters of the semis. But I said to my mate, it's good that he's got us there, but now, like, we need someone that could actually go and win the fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, finishing second best is all good, well and good, but if we had a higher caliber of manager, like, he would have got us a victory out of one of those finals or semi-finals. You know what I mean? And he took that as a fair point. But yeah, on fucking looking at it from that kind of holistically, he's done actually quite well.
It's unreal, isn't it? Yeah, it is absolutely unreal.
Like, do people care that we play well?
I don't think they do. I think they might do in the moment. They really might do in the moment.
Yeah.
But whatever team wins it, it doesn't matter how they play. As soon as you look back on it, so the next Euro Championship, whoever wins, they're going to look back on it. And they ain't going to care how they played. They won it.
I don't know. So it's one of those things. I mean, people still remember Greece in 2004, I think it was, as the worst team to ever win the Euros.
But they won it.
They won it, but they were rubbish. They were literally defending the whole time and would depend on a corner and score a header or something like that just to win it. And they turned out to be the winners, which is an incredible story. Don't get me wrong, that is an amazing
story.
Yeah, that is a complete underdog story. But I think people still remember. I think it's a case of right now, England have played the last two games really well, and because they played really well, it's a case of the kind of earlier performances are kind of being forgotten about now.
Yeah.
So the loving for Southgate has started, which is great. Do you know what? I felt for him a little bit because he had a press conference last night for our listeners listening in the future, where we're talking about England beating Netherlands 2-1, courtesy of my boy Ollie Watkins.
It could have done it a little bit quicker though, couldn't it? That's another wild statistic. It's like another. Exactly. This has been an absolutely wild ride, hasn't it? There's been penalties, last minute goals. I mean, this was literally lastminute.com.
90. He scored literally on the 90th minute. Like as soon as the clock hit 90, he scored. I was just going back to Southgate's press conference after the game. He just said, "Well, we all want to be loved, don't we?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck's sake, Gareth! Now you're pulling on my heart, you bastard." Just when I thought I was fucking hate you, you've done this, and then now I'm liking you again. This is terrible. And you just look at his puppy dog eyes, and you think, "All right, you're all right. You're actually all right, mate. Carry on, do your thing. You got us in the final." But if you lose this fucking final, Southgate, I swear to God, the hate is coming back. I'm gonna fucking. But you know what? I respect him. But it's just it's not an easy job. But you know, when you get paid £5 million a year and your team's playing shit, you know, you should be doing a bit better. You know what I mean? But he's got to the final. I can't complain. I genuinely can't complain. He's got us to the final. Now it's going to be a case of how do we perform in the final? Does he put the shackles on again? Or does he actually go for it? And there's risk and reward in both. So let's see what happens.
I think he's got to go for it, hasn't he?
I don't know. He's not that type of manager. I think he this is the way I think the final's going to go. And again, in the next couple of weeks, when this late podcast comes out, people listening to it, the final would have already had happened. So I kind of predict that he'll start off a bit tentatively. Spain are an amazing team, phenomenal team with the ball. There's two ways to go about it. Either you literally tell your team to be defensively solid for the whole game, at least the first half minimum. Don't let them score, frustrate them. Second half will come on stronger and we'll change formation and then we'll go for it.
Yeah.
Or get at them from the first minute. Like make them second guess your moves, like foul a few, get them off their rhythm.
Yeah.
Completely off their game, and just go for it. You got nothing to lose. You're in the final. Just be defensively sound as you can. Support each other. But yeah, this is what you get paid for. This is what you get paid the big bucks for, making these decisions.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it's a funny thing. We were chatting about it earlier, isn't it? I don't know if England have got the legs to do the attacking, like you said. We were talking about this in the number of games they play, and I thought it was astonishing. I mean, I know they're paid the big bucks, but no amount of money can make your body recover as quick as it's needed. We were saying before that, a lot of these players have played between like 40 and maybe 60, 70 games in a season, which is wild, when you think about the recovery time needed in that. And these games are like, what, maybe 3-4 days apart?
About
I go
4
for
days,
a run and I need 2 weeks to recover. I know I'm not athletic, right? And I know these guys have got the best treatment ever, but 3 days is not much.
Great point. No, great point. I think what it is nowadays is that obviously these guys are used to playing twice a week, usually, if they're playing in European competitions. And because they're all top players, they're normal, most of them are. I think sports science is huge now. So as soon as they finish the game, they're not just like, lazing about. They're getting into ice baths, they're getting massages done. These guys, nutrition is quite important as well. So they've got the best help. So playing I think it's like 4 days between the game.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you enough time to recover, but probably not enough time for you to be at 110% in the game, if you know what I mean. And that's when the squad depth and quality of the squad becomes a lot more important. However, at this stage, for the final, they're lucky that they didn't do extra time penalties, which would have been another, half an hour playing plus penalties, all the anxiety, all the everything, the tiredness that comes with that. Luckily, Ollie Watkins, the main man, got the winner, and they managed to finish off in 90 minutes, which means that they've got the whole kind of 4 days to relax and get ready for Spain. Spain are a bit of advantage because they played 1 day earlier, right? So it is a little bit of an odd thing there, but let's see how it goes. Speaking of the game, though, where did you watch the game, Si? Were you at home?
I was at home. Yeah, I was at home.
Did you see? Got a little bit fortunate with the Harry Kane penalty.
Oh, that was controversial, wasn't it? It was controversial because the whole thing was whether or not it was a foul is one thing, but there's the debate that says he kicked the ball first before the foul happened. And I think that's the bit that's got everybody, is the ball had actually released from his foot before the point of him actually being
that's right,
injured or what, because he said he actually hurt his foot, didn't he? So what was your take on that one?
Right, so there's two things, right? So the world is kind of split on this. When I first saw it, I thought that's soft. First, the referee didn't give a penalty straight away, so immediately you thought, right, okay, cool. VAR, like we spoke about last week, comes, has a look, and they give it. Now, it's a soft penalty, However, if that foul was done anywhere else on the pitch apart from the box, the referee would have called a foul straight away. Would have blew his word. So in that regard, it's a penalty. And Dumfries, the Dutch right back, he had his leg up pretty high, and Harry Kane has struck the ball, and it looks like both are colliding with each other. It's not as if one person's going towards the other one. They're both going for it, and they gave the penalty. But it's about time we got some luck.
I'm telling you, we've been bloody time, mate, haven't we? We started with the whole Maradona handball thing. Everyone still talks about. Was it the Lampard goal that got disallowed?
Beckham getting sent off in 97.
The
little tap,
foot,
you know what I mean? Also, they showed a little preview before the game where Graham Taylor was in charge of England. I think this might have been in the 80s and 90s. And the manager of Holland, Ronald Koeman, was actually was actually playing that game, and caused a big controversy in that game. So he took out an attacker who was through on goal. That should be a red card. He only got a yellow card, got away with it, and England didn't go on to score from that free kick. Then Holland get a free kick later on in the game, and guess who steps up to take it? Koeman, the manager, and he scores. The player that should have been sent off actually scored. So, you know, a bit of karma there, a little bit of karma where we got the penalty. Yeah, absolutely. It's about time. It's about bloody time that we got a bit of luck. But yeah, well done, England. Through to a final, and hopefully they make history on Sunday.
Well, let's see, eh? Let's see. Let's hope. I mean, as I say, I enjoy football, but they are stressful to watch, aren't they?
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't got as much invested in it as you have because I know you're a big footy guy. But just watching these games, they're so stressful. I want them to do well.
Mate, honestly.
Just you know.
Yeah, naturally.
Anyway, what did you think about Pickford's little cheat sheet on the penalties? I mean, that's a genius idea.
It is genius, and so in football that's actually quite common now. So goalkeepers, especially in these knockout games, will have their water bottle which is customised to tell them where to dive.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
So a lot of analysis and scouting goes into this kind of stuff. So the backroom staff at England would have been like, right, we're going to go scout this team. We're going to have a look at all the data and see where this player shoots a penalty. The only thing is, some of these players might not take penalties regularly, so it is a calculated guess, really, where it's going. And as you can tell, with Pickford, he only saved the first penalty in the last game. So, it was a case of, on the day, is the player gonna shoot where he normally shoots? Does he know that they've done the research and they're gonna try and dive where he normally shoots? So he shoots the other way. Massive gamble, mate, honestly, and it's mind games. Penalties, all mind games. It's
fantastic. I love the bluff, the double bluff, and everything. Oh, what was the guy that just stepped up and didn't even look? He's created
Ivan Toney.
That was for the last penalty thing. We spoke about that. The no look penalty.
Ivan Toney.
That was it's still in conversation now. Like people can't believe it. Like even the top players are like, that's ridiculous.
No, it's brilliant. So Ivan Toney, striker at Brentford, recently had a ban actually for gambling. Got caught gambling. Yeah, a bit juicy gossip there. He actually, I think he was betting on the games that he was playing. So,
it would have been brilliant. Do you know what? I want him to start betting that he scores no-look penalties. That's the...
Yeah, no, it was terrible, mate. So he had a ban. He only got released back in January, so he suffered quite a long ban. And then, he's not been great, to be fair, in the games that he's come back in, but he's still got picked for England because he's a penalty specialist, he's a penalty taker. So he's been doing this for Brentford for quite a bit. Not many people would know, apart from like Brentford fans or anyone that follows Ivan Toney. So he genuinely, he takes 2 steps and he does not look at the ball, and he's psyching the goalie out. So when he does that, I don't know if it's all that, because I don't know if the goalie's watching the player's eyes or if he's watching the ball. Yeah. Because if he's watching the ball, it has no effect at all, what Toney does. But Toney said it in his own words, what he does is he'll keep looking at the goalie, and as he's stepping up, he wants to see if the goalie makes a slight step to one side, and he'll put it in the opposite direction.
Yep, brilliant.
Phenomenal, though, mate. Honestly, phenomenal. Because the balls, the absolute balls to
do
that. I
know, all those penalties were ridiculous, weren't they? Absolutely all of them.
They were brilliant.
Do you know, the funny thing is, though, did he get the hump because he got brought... No. Yeah, didn't he get the hump because he got brought on late and he wanted to be brought in earlier?
So, yeah, in that game, exactly, not the last game, but the game prior, he was coming on with like 2 minutes to go. So he just looked at Southgate and said, what the fuck do you want me to do? We're losing 1-0 here. Like, what do you want me to do, mate? This is ridiculous. And then... he actually came on and actually set up the goal that actually ended up winning the game in extra time. So, yeah, but he did say, and Southgate said it as well. He said that he wasn't happy with me, for me putting him on with like a minute or 2 to go. What are you meant to do in that 1 or 2 minutes? There's literally nothing. Like,
you can't even walk. I know they warm up on the edge, but you can't really do anything, can you? But I've got a theory about that. I've got a theory about this, right? Yeah. Here's my wild theory. Because Southgate missed a penalty, didn't he? And then he had... whatever it was, a couple of years later, he had the redemption penalty. The same as Stuart Pearson had, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. So he went through the whole, like, England just kicking off at him because he missed a penalty that would have taken us through, whatever it is, right? And then you got Toney stepping up, completely taking the piss, just not even looking and scoring goals.
Yeah.
Have that. Gareth, I could do it without even looking. And he's like, right, you're getting 2 minutes of play action.
Yeah, no, honestly, Southgate.
That's my theory.
Yeah, it's a good theory. Yeah. It's got some sound ideology there. I don't know. I think it was a case of last roll of the dice, like Ivan go up there and stay up there and make something happen, basically, and he did.
Yep.
Credit to him. He did. He assisted the winner, which was fantastic. But But there was one thing I wanted to talk to you about actually. Have you heard about this player for Spain? I'm not sure how old he is because I don't think it was said enough, to be fair. I think he's 16.
16.
I'm not sure,
Oh,
mate. I'm
my
not sure.
goodness. That is insane, isn't it?
Yamal, yeah. Correct.
Absolutely
Yamal.
insane.
What? I mean, 16, mate. He's 16 years
Hasn't
old.
even finished school. Still doing his homework.
Still doing his homework every
Hasn't done
night.
his GCSEs yet.
Has to get permission from his mum and dad to stay out. Do you know what I mean? He needs a permission slip. Oh my god! If they won, he wouldn't be able to go into a club or a bar. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine that though. Imagine having to write to the school and say, "I'm sorry, my son can't come into school today." Well, why not?
Okay,
well,
Mr. Yamal. Is there any reason?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. Well, he's playing for Spain. Do you reckon? Because in England, you get fined if you don't take your kid to school. But for you have to take your kid to school in all of the term time. If they don't turn up, you get fined. So do you reckon the school's rocking up, going, "I know that kid."
He was a lying. He was playing for Spain.
Exactly. We're going to slap him with a 50 quid fine.
50 euros. Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think. Do you know what it is with him? So basically, he's it's a wonderful story, to be fair. I think his dad is from Moroccan descent, and his mother is from I think from Guinea. Right. So and they moved to Spain. I think when he was he was quite young, like maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, around that age. But yeah, he was always good at football, and he's actually was in Barcelona's youth academy. Yeah. And he's still there now. So there's a really odd picture of Lionel Messi, obviously one of, if not the greatest player of all time.
Yep.
It was a photo shoot of a young baby, Yassine Yamal, in a little bathtub, and Messi's giving him a bath. Have you seen this? This is ridiculous.
I think I saw it, but I didn't pay attention to what it was. But now you say it rings a bell.
It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I thought this was fake. I thought it's a photo shoot for a charity or some sort of event, and he was. Like Messi was there, they were all taking pictures as they would, and they wanted to make it a little bit artistic, so they got Messi to long hair Messi, right? So he's young at this point, like 18, 19, sitting down in this little little portable bathtub with the baby in there, and he's kind of like just giving it a bath. And I was thinking, what the fuck? But that baby grew up to be the 16-year-old Yassine Yamal. Do you know what I mean? Mate, 16 years old to represent your country at 16 years old, and
isn't it?
Play the way you're playing, like you've been there for he's like a matured veteran, playing.
Yeah.
Honestly, unbelievable. The only thing that got close was we had Wayne Rooney at 16, and he was unbelievable, but he was like a man in a boy's body, to be honest with you. We had Theo Walcott at 16 as well, who played for Southampton and got his big move to Arsenal. But they, honestly, this kid is just something else. To come on and do that on the international stage, where there are probably 5 or 6 players ready to take your place that are top quality players. Yeah. For you to do that 16, man, hats off. Fair play to you, kid. And fair play for the manager for having the balls to pick the kid and put him in the Spanish team, and let him play the whole game.
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? There's one thing to have young players on the bench and you let them have a run around at the end, of, 20 minutes towards the end of the game to get a bit of experience and all of that stuff, but to actually play them. I mean, I was saying to you earlier, I mean, I get nervous doing presentations in front of maybe 20, 30 people. But he's performing in front of 20, 30,000 and the millions on
the world.
Yeah.
The world,
watching through the TV.
Mate, it's unbelievable.
It's insane. Unbelievable. Absolutely. I just can't wrap my head around it. All of those players you mentioned. Just unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. But he comes from he's come from a good academy, so he's playing for Barcelona. He's just a wonder kid. He'll just get better and better. People are just saying he's the maturity shown. I mean, I get shocked by the maturity shown by Jude Bellingham. Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
He just turned. I think he's 20 or 21.
Yeah.
But this kid at 16, man, he's got the world at his feet. Honestly, unbelievable. Just in awe of this kid. He's done so well. He's literally half my age.
It's ridiculous. I need to tell my son to pull his finger out. Come on, what are you doing?
Come on, son, you're 8 now.
Yeah,
you should be playing for England right now. What the hell's wrong with you?
8 more years, I want to see you in that England squad. If you're not, that's it. You're tidy in your room.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the
Got
other
8
thing.
years, son.
I
You got 8
wonder
years.
if he still
Yeah.
gets picked up by his parents, like
Oh man, no, I think Barcelona probably pay for everything. Like,
has to go
he's
and
probably
tidy
got-
his
yeah.
bedroom.
yeah,
It's just,
you have to be home by 10.
it's like,
I don't care if you're playing for Spain tomorrow. You're grounded.
here's the most ridiculous thing, right? He's playing at that level at that age. He can't even see an 18 rated movie.
He can't. He can't. I'm pretty sure he had to get some sort of permission slip from his parents to play past 10 p.m. in this tournament. How mad is that? That's mental, right?
Yeah.
That is incredible. Like he genuinely had to get permission slip to play past 10 p.m. Oh man, that is unbelievable. Oh, wild, wild. What was I doing at 16? I was leaving school, wondering what college to go to.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you know what I mean? Like playing football, I was paying to play football. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god!
Just all of those
unbelievable.
things at that age. Yeah, like you can't smoke. Well, in England, they can't smoke, can't
No,
drink.
can't drink, can't buy a drink,
Yeah.
can't go to, can't get a drink at the pub.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god! But this kid's banging worldies into the top corner, unstoppable.
No.
Oh my god, sending like men like twice his age home crying. Oh, amazing, absolutely amazing.
I tell you what, I did see just like sort of one of the last things on this football. I did watch a little bit of the commentary afterwards. Have you seen? Right, just a little bit of I think it's the BBC. A little bit of a dig at their sort of commentary setup. So the half time sort of conversation that they have. Have you seen it's on that completely see-through glass floor thing? Oh, it would mess me up, that vertigo.
100%.
Oh, just that would freak. I would just be like
crazy.
hanging on to the side of the because they look down and that it's not like a little
It's
bit off the
literally,
floor.
yeah.
They're like 2 or 3.
It's a whole
like,
2 floors,
Yeah.
yeah, like off the floor. Like, do you know what I mean? That's mental.
I know.
Can you imagine if someone heard a crack?
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my god.
Somebody needs to be pranking them. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. Well, they should install those like those OLED TVs underneath where you can where it plays a video of the people downstairs and then a crack just appears on the TV like that would be incredible TV, to be honest. But yeah, they I think that's ITV. I think ITV and BBC. Yeah, they got some unique setups. I think BBC have a weird thing where they're outside. They're actually outside, but they've created like green screens on the sides. I think where it makes it look like a kind of like a museum.
Yeah, okay.
On the inside, yeah, it's quite funky, but yeah, I think ITV's one is pretty spectacular. Like you can see the floor on the.
Oh, is it ITV? Sorry, I thought it was BBC. But in any case, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that must really mess with people because
Oh,
you know those
100%.
even those glass floors that like you walk out onto. It makes my legs go weird. And
Oh my god, it's not natural, is it?
It's,
Like, you
no,
just
it
genuinely,
freaks me out. And they made.
Yeah.
Have you seen the ones where they've made swimming pools like it as well? So like
Yeah.
it's almost bridging between 2 buildings, and then it's completely glass, and then they fill it with water, so you're like swimming with a completely glass bottom, about like 10 stories in the air.
Yeah, that's scary as
Oh,
well.
yeah, no, no.
I think Dubai has like a few hotels where you can just go up there, or skyscrapers where you can go up there and it's just floor. You're just looking down and it's just reinforced glass.
No,
Mate,
I'm not interested in that.
I would probably do it, but obviously I would be shit scared. Like, anyone would be. Like, something could go wrong here very, very quickly.
Yeah,
Like, do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh my god! Do you know what? Another thing that's pissed me off actually. Sorry, just to speak on the Euros. One last thing. You must have seen the scenes where people have got together to watch the game on big screens, or whether it be in a park, box park, or like a pub. What the fuck is this new beer throwing sensation going on? This is unbelievable. Oh my god! Imagine paying for a pint in today's pricing, right?
I was going to say,
cheap. It's not cheap. It's not absolutely cheap. And people are just waiting for something to happen so they can then dash their beer in the air and wet everyone. Oh my god, man! It's really pissing me off, honestly.
See, I don't think they're truly British because a true British person wouldn't be wasting
Would
that beer.
never waste their pint 100%.
They would be necking it and then throwing the plastic cup thing in the air. But
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be all up for that.
Yeah.
There was one really funny video I saw. This one guy was pissed off with another guy in front of him. I don't know what happened during the night, but yeah, they're both watching England. So what he did was he just couldn't wait for something to happen, so he could chuck the full glass of a pint right at the back of that guy's head. So England scored, and he's told his mate to record it, and he grabs it and he literally launches it like a meter in front of him, and it hits that guy in the head. And the guy didn't even look back because he thought it's just a regular celebration. A glass has come my way, drenched in beer. Oh mate, I really don't get. I don't get it, mate. Like, I would never do that. Like, genuinely, I would hate to be there. First of all,
Yeah.
like, because you're just gonna get drenched in beer at some point in the night if there is a goal if someone scores, someone wins. And the second thing is, like, that's a waste of beer. Do you know what I mean? That is a full waste of beer. That's terrible. I hate it.
Do you know, I mean, it's almost good.
Celebrate all you like. Just don't waste the beer.
Yeah, exactly. Have a little respect, would you? No, what I was going to say was it's a good job that these people support England because there haven't been that many goals. Imagine like supporting somebody like Spain. You'd be like, oh Jesus, this is going to cost me like 35 quid.
Three pints minimum. Do you know what I mean?
I can't do it anymore. I can't afford it.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh, terrible.
Can I have a
Absolutely
J2O
terrible.
instead this time? I'm running out of cash.
Or water will do. Water will be
Yeah,
fine. Yeah, tap water. Have you got tap water?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Exactly.
I'll take that. No, well done to the England team though. Looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, it'll be nerve wracking as hell, but yeah, let's see if England can get it done.
Yep. And then what will you say if he does win it? You will have to concede.
Then I'll have to give him his flowers.
Hey.
I'll have to give him his flowers. I'll have to say, look, Gareth, you got us a trophy. Well done. You're still going to leave though. Thanks, mate. It's done. But I genuinely think he will leave.
I don't know. People have been calling for it, but if he wins,
yeah.
first of all, the country will be scrambling to keep him, regardless of everything that's gone on.
I think it's. I got a feeling it will be a personal thing for him. I personally think, and obviously time will tell, but I personally think even if he loses or he wins, I think he will walk away from the job. I think he might be like, I've been here for 4 tournaments now, which is more than most managers get. I think it's my time I've done my bit, and once he's won the Euros, you know, he's not. The World Cup is next in 2 years.
Go out on a high.
I'd do the same.
Yeah,
I would say chill out. You've got your 5 million a year for the last 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah,
relax now, mate. You've done your nation proud, and you know, stay a hero.
Yeah,
don't stay in the job to become a villain. Eventually,
or make it go downhill, because that's what happens, isn't it? Because people stay in it too long. They've had all the success, and then they can't give it up, and then they just end up running themselves ad wherever they are into the ground.
This is the thing. Sorry, it can only go downhill. So if he wins on Sunday and England win the Euros, and then the minute he'll get a lot of credit.
Yep,
it will be a wonderful summer. People will be very happy. The minute his team starts performing badly, people will be calling for his head again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's how it is with Southgate. He'll get his. I like to call it flowers. He'll get his flowers. He'll get his gratitude from everyone. But yeah, the minute like the team starts playing as dour as they were earlier, they'll be calling for his head. So Southgate might as well move on and just give someone else a chance. Give someone else a chance that will, you know, another prospective highly talented manager, probably be English again. There's quite a few out there that are ready to go a step up. So
that's what I was going to ask you, actually. Do you think they should bring in a new rule, like they've got for the players, that the coach also has to be from the country as well?
So,
because I think that would be an interesting switch up.
I don't think you'll be able to enforce that, because the only problem is some countries might have shit managers. So
well, that's what it is. Some countries have got terrible players, but there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to work with what you've got.
Oh, I understand that, mate. But I think the manager thing will never change. I think people will still go for managers. I think to be fair, I think nowadays that it has changed. I think nowadays people actually want that manager that is that nationality for their team. So you know, France has a Frenchman, Spain has a Spanish guy. I think Germany they've got a German in charge as well. Like it does look like that's what's happening. And obviously we've got Southgate, so it looks like it's unofficially kind of happening that way.
Yeah.
But there's always an exception to the rule. And whereas before, you know, we had Sven-Goran Eriksson, we had Fabio Capello, you know, we had so many managers that were from different countries, because we wanted them to make us better in terms of like bring you international experience, make us better. But I reckon the next manager will be British again, without a doubt, unless it's someone legendary. Unless someone legendary comes
and really
into
wants
the job,
it. Yep.
And really wants it. Yeah. I think the FA would say no. Let's get an Englishman in charge. So yeah, let's see. Good luck to the Gareth and the boys.
Yeah, they.
Again, but sorry, listeners. By the time you listen to this bloody podcast, fuck you know, it's
going to be December. Like we are recording. We should probably highlight this. Right, we are such amateurs. We are so far behind what's happening in the world.
Don't hate us. Yeah, look, this shit takes time. It takes time and effort. We're not there yet, man. Like, if you want us to be bigger, look, support us, subscribe, like, share. Yeah, and then we can maybe do a podcast like on time. Do you know what I mean? But for now, this is what you're gonna get. Yeah, you're gonna get. By the time you listen to this, it'll probably be September, October time. The Euros was 3 months ago. You're thinking, why the hell are they doing a podcast of the Euros? Just shut up. Listen, look, this is exactly what we're talking. We're talking about this because it's current now. Don't worry about when you listen to it. All right. So if you listen to this, laugh. You know exactly what happened. Me and Si are still a few days away from the final. We're wishing England well. And next week, are we going to talk about what happened next week, or do we just leave it? Leave these 2 Euro podcasts.
Well, it won't matter by then, will it? Everyone will know the result.
I'll be like, yeah, in October, these like, why the hell have these guys done 3 podcasts on the Euros?
I think we're just keeping everybody guessing. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we are.
Hey?
We absolutely are. Brilliant.
I think the problem we've got is we're trying to do, like, everyone should know, obviously we work full time, we've got families and stuff and everything else, and it's just me and you like mucking around having a bit of a laugh with it, but we are running behind, way behind. I turn up late half the time. You're trying to set yourself on fire before we even start the episodes.
There you go. My back is fucked. Si was telling me he nearly popped an artery in his vein or something.
It's ridiculous, right?
Up.
I was telling you, right, so I told you the whole pub thing. I only went in there for like a 2-minute break. It was quite a stressful day at work. And I ended up in a weird conversation about sandwiches. So I was there for longer than I thought. And I got home and I was sitting down. I should tell this, shouldn't I? I was just sitting down, right, and we were talking about getting old, and this is going to become a running theme in these episodes, I think. So
something's going to happen. We're just getting older. More things are going to pop out. Bloody hell.
So I was just sitting down. That's all I was doing. And then you text me to say, like, come on, get your ass in gear. We've got to record a podcast tonight. So I was like, yeah, you're right, I do. So I stood up quickly, and my calf muscle, like, it felt like it had torn. It just suddenly just like it jarred, it jammed shut, and I just sat straight back down again. Looked at my missus, and I like, the funny thing is, I just let out a little help. I didn't know what to do. It just like I couldn't move. My whole leg was seized up, like I couldn't straighten my foot, and I was like, how am I going to tell Jay I can't actually walk to the laptop to get this one recorded?
But what happened? I just got out of my chair.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine our grandparents are full farms to us now? I worked 20 hours a day. I was working there. I was in the war.
Yeah, I know.
What about you? Oh, so I injured myself getting up from my sofa.
I know, it's ridiculous.
It's so soft.
I know.
Ridiculous.
We are the generation of wimps, I tell you. Yeah, like our grandparents. You were just sort of saying, like our grandparents, like they were in the war, legit. Traipsing across bloody Nazi Germany through the mud, heavy backpacks. I pop a calf getting up out of a chair trying to get to a podcast.
You need help, medic?
Oh my god!
Oh, this is ridiculous. I know it's just gonna get worse. But our pain is their gain, the listeners' gain. They're gonna love our injury stories. Oh my god! The other day, me and my missus were just like just messing around, and I think I threw a cushion at her.
Yep.
She threw it back at me, but she held onto it, so she kind of like swiped at me with it. I hurt my pinky, man. Like, she swiped at it so hard, my pinky on my hand like bent in a different direction. And I was like, "Oh, I think you broke my finger." I was like, "How am I getting injured from a pillow fight? This is getting worse and worse."
I know.
Just getting too soft.
And you'd almost like to take the full-on hit, wouldn't you? But no.
Yeah.
Oh,
just my pinky got bent out of shape. It was absolutely ridiculous.
And those are the injuries where you get no sympathy.
No.
Well,
to be fair, I made her feel bad. Like, I made her feel real bad. And she goes, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I was like, "No, I think you broke my finger."
Did you milk it? Did you milk it good? Yeah.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Big time. You wouldn't believe. She ran to the freezer, got me an ice pack. I put it on my pinky for like 5 minutes. I said, "I was feeling a bit better now. You're lucky it's not broken. I can move it." I just didn't want to do the dishes that night. she had to go and get up and do it.
I need to start taking notes. I really do, because I get no sympathy in this house.
There's a skill to it, mate.
Yeah.
There's a skill. Absolutely a skill.
I remember, like, we were talking last week about, like, hurting our backs and stuff like that. I remember when mine actually properly popped in, like, put me out of action for like a month. But every single day, my missus was like, right, we've got to go to the park with the kids. Are you coming? And she'll give me that, what are you doing? Come on, we've got to go. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's just
I know,
obviously I was like limping around the park, just like walking after the kids. It's fine, because it got me up, it got me mobile, it got me moving, but yeah, no sympathy. None at all.
I'm in the same boat. It's come to a point. I've genuinely got an injury now, but she's like, "No, you're come on, get out." I'm like, "No, it's actually really hurting." I know, I'm not even trying to milk it. Like, it is really hurting. This is probably my 3rd week of my injury. My boys keep asking me, "When are you coming back to football?" And I keep saying, "I don't know, lads. Give it one more week. Just as I think it's getting better, I'll get out of bed or get off from my chair. I'll be like, "No, I can't play. I'm out for another 2 weeks at least." This is the worst, man. I've never had this back injury before. Fucking hell, guys! If you're listening, you will get old. I never thought I would, but yeah, you will get old. Your body starts aching. It's ridiculous.
It's not even that we're old. We were saying it last week. It's not even that we're old. It's just that we sit down in front of a desk for like 9 hours a day, and you don't move, and then you just do something quickly, and you're screwed. Like, I would rather be out and about, moving around, and then your body gets used to it. But no. And we're not even that old. That's the funny thing. Like, people are gonna. It's weird because we're not showing like our faces just yet, are we?
Yeah,
because we're recording it as sort of a pod, but at some point we might get to that thing.
Yeah.
People will see us and they're like, they're not even that old. What's wrong with them?
Yeah, we're not even that old. Yeah, they're just fucking complaining for no reason. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Oh my god,
pair of hypochondriacs, bloody wimps.
So let me tell you a quick story. So basically, I remember a few years back talking about, when we were younger and stuff. I was talking about, like, we were talking about the 16-year-old.
Yep.
I remember when I just came out of uni, I was looking for a job, and my mate rings me up, right? And he goes, yeah, JT, are you still looking for a job? I'm like, yeah, of course, man. He goes, oh, I might have an opportunity for you, actually. I said, oh, an opportunity? What do you mean? And he goes, do this tomorrow. Be ready for 11. I'll come pick you up, and I'll take you to this place. And yeah, there might be some career opportunities. I was like, okay. Now, looking back, right? He didn't ring me up and say, there's a job here. Or, he was very, very careful in picking his words.
Yeah.
Career opportunity, or there's an opportunity. I thought, okay, cool. Anyway, picks me up. I had my CV in my hand like a donut, because I'm thinking, right, this could be a legit thing. Takes me to this place.
Yeah.
We're sitting down. He brings us to this building, really nice kind of building. I walk in. They're like, yep, just through there. So I'm walking in with my mate. Open a door. There's like a fucking 100 people sitting there in a lecture. And I'm thinking, whoa, this is mad. I was like, bruv, what is this? He goes, no, it's just a little presentation, and then, yeah, we'll, then after that, I'll let you know. I'm like, cool. Sit down, and presentation starts. Right, guys, amazing opportunity. Join this company. Blah, blah, blah. We do this, we do that. I'm not going to say the name of the company because I think they're, I don't know if they're still here or whatever. But yeah, this whole spiel, fucking jets, private jets, cars, holidays.
The big promises. This
could be you. If you just work hard, this could be you. I'm like, oh, this is really motivational. Okay. And then, then they finish the thing. And then the boss comes on, like it's his part of the video. He's like, right, which one of you fucking guys want to make a lot of money?
Aggressive sales.
What? Yeah, what is going on here? This is like, is he even allowed to say this? Like, what's going on? Basically, break up into smaller groups, and at this point, it's like the people that are employed to kind of trying to get people on.
Yeah.
So they were like, they pulled out a book in front of me, and they're just like, yo, JT, so what is your life's ambitions, and how much do you want to earn? I'm like, these are mad questions to be asking. I've just got out of uni. I don't know.
Lots.
I want to, a lot of money. I'd like to earn a lot of money, and yeah, I want a nice job. I want nice things.
Yeah.
I want an Xbox. Do you know what I mean? I'm still young at this point.
Yeah.
I'd like to buy a car. Blah blah blah. Nice clothes.
Peanut M&Ms wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah.
All the important stuff.
Pack of M&Ms. Yeah, absolutely.
Nike trainers. They were the thing back in the day, weren't they? Nike
trainers.
Yeah,
they were absolutely. Yeah, and that's how they did actually say that in their pitch. Like, you could be looking at the latest trainers, blah blah blah, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Anyway, so I'm sitting with these people. They're like, yeah, that sounds great. I mean, you could do that by, and they started talking all this nonsense. Then they opened up this book. Then I thought, maybe I'm here because I have to get this products from these people and sell it on in my own time. The harder I work, the more I can, the more I sell, the more money I make on commission.
Yeah.
Right, this is going through my head. So I asked a really stupid question to my mate. I said, "Do you know these things in this book are quite expensive? I can't afford like a lot of these to buy at one time." And there was a range of things. So there was some electronics. There was some stones that you put in your shower and it changes the fucking blah. I don't know what it does to your water, but it changes something. You could buy, like, there were so many things, and some of these were ranging from like 50 quid to 100 quid to 9 grand.
Oof, yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking, how the hell am I going to get the capital to buy these and sell it on? So I spoke to my mate. I said, "Mate, am I meant to buy this stuff and sell it on?" He goes, no. He goes, "You got to show your commitment to these guys by buying one of these things today." I was like, "You fucking what?" And he goes, "Yeah, you got to buy one of these things in the catalogue, and then yeah, it's yours, and then you can do what you like with it. You can sell it or whatever, but it's just like to show that you're joining the company." I'm saying, so for me to join this company, I need to fucking buy something out of this book. Sorry, there was things like a holiday. There was a genuine holiday in there you can buy for £1,000.
Yeah.
A hotel night stay. I was thinking, these are the most weirdest collection of things to have for someone to buy just to get into the company. Then I said to him, I said to the people that were trying to get me in, I like to call them the obtainers, right? They're very polite and they're trying to like motivate you.
Yeah.
And I said to them, so they're like, "Yeah, what do you think? Like, does this sound like an exciting opportunity for you?" I said, "Can I just ask a question?" And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "How is this not a pyramid scheme?" Because, right?
Brilliant.
Because the way they drew it, right, was like, right, so I've got, it was literally a pyramid scheme. So one person gets 2 people under them.
Yeah.
Then those 2 people get 2 more people under them, and those 2 more people get more under them. And literally, you can draw a fucking pyramid with one person at the top and then the people underneath, right? Like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Yeah.
So when I said that question, basically, I realized that my mate was trying to get me to join under him. Right, so I was going to be under his pyramid, and he's under their pyramid. Do you know what I mean? So when I asked that question, "Excuse me, can you just explain how this is not a pyramid?" Oh my god, their faces, sigh. They fucking could not like fathom what I just said. Like, it was like so rude. Yeah, but it was the truth, and they started stuttering. They would have had the answer, but they didn't think I'd be so quite outright with it. Like,
yeah.
And they started stuttering. They started like trying to think. I said, no, it's not a pyramid scheme. This is a legit company. If you sign on with this guy and you get 2 under you, then let them work hard for you.
Yeah,
I'm like, you fucking idiot. I looked at my mate. I said, "Get me the fuck out of here, man. This is a joke, absolute joke. You wasted 3 hours of my life on this rubbish." Do you know what I mean? So I looked at him. I said, "You're a clever guy. How the hell did you get signed up to this?" He goes, "My mate asked me to do it." I was like, "You fucking donut." Pyramid scheme. So yeah, that was the time I nearly got shafted into a pyramid scheme.
And that was before also it kind of become mainstream, I suppose, because everybody knows about it now. Everybody's aware and wise to it. The
only reason I knew about it is because I watched a few shows that basically like a few sitcoms where they spoke about it. Yeah. And I was like, "What is a pyramid scheme?" I googled it and I found out what it was. And the clearest diagram was actually someone drawing a pyramid and then having people in there saying, "This is a pyramid scheme." And that's exactly what I thought when they were explaining it to me. That's exactly what came in my mind. That's what prompted me to ask the question. So TV kind of saved my life. You know what I mean?
Fantastic. Oh. That is brilliant. It's actually good when you can learn stuff off TV and then you take it out to the real world. Like, everybody listens to podcasts and stuff now and then sort of pulls that information out. But back then, that didn't exist.
We didn't have that.
So you were just relying on just the random little nuggets you'd get from like Friends or something like that. And you're like, oh yeah, I know it. Like in Seinfeld and Frasier, you're just like, yep, I've seen this scenario.
I know exactly what this is. Yeah, I think loads of people, like, especially in our time, I've probably learned a lot of stuff from sitcoms. General information from sitcoms, like people, there's little golden nuggets in there in each sitcom which you can learn. So that was definitely one of them, mate.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Learning stuff.
There we go. And that's a wrap for episode 15. Just want to say thank you so much for giving us your time again. Just want to say, Gareth Southgate, England team, good luck, and hopefully You bring it home, boys. Hopefully he's coming home. And that's a goodbye from me.
Yep, and goodbye from me. Take care, all. Catch you next time.
Thank you for listening to the JTS 51 podcast. For more epic content, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future episodes.